Another week of quarantine in the books, all right? I'm going crazy. It's been, for me personally, over 2 months since, returning from Europe and first day of March until now. But, the positive is we're a week closer to football. It seems like the Bundesliga might be getting their act together. We'll know here shortly. And another week to deliver another U20 episode, guys. We started off, I think, 3 weeks ago talking about the starting 11, my starting 11. A lot of antennas were raised when I talked about the 10. That's who we're going to discuss today. None other than Efrain Alvarez, all right? The special player, the playmaker, the guy that I think is a shoo-in, ultra talented and different, okay, special. So we'll talk about why I think he's the best and suited for our U20 player pool and beyond. We'll discuss a little bit about the concerns that I have with Efra moving forward, right? His environment, making that jump to the next level. And then we'll wrap it up with the $1 million question that everybody asked after I named him in my 11. How do we get him? He's playing for Mexico, Brian. So we'll discuss that to wrap up the episode. I can't promise. I'll try my best to keep my emotions in check, but throughout the episode, I'm going to go on a little rant or two about player profiles and the number 10. Okay, something our country casts aside in terms of the qualities of a true 10, a world-class 10, and what that entails. All right? Let's get started straight up. Efrain Alvarez, I have a lot of history. I could date back, a decade, in terms of my first direct involvement with Efra. I've known the family for a while, like I've said in the past. His father, Chencho Crescencio Alvarez, unique character, super great guy, funny guy. He would always tell me from the inception till this day, hey, Brian, I am his biological father, but you are his soccer father. Everything that Efra's does on the field it's under your watch. So listen, I think, like I've said, no one better to discuss this topic, a unique topic, a topic that needs to be put out there. Why is he the best? I've already discussed this in the first episode. Efra is set apart because he is special. What's so special about this player? His vision, his soccer IQ, how he can see the spaces, manage the spaces, and exploit the spaces of the opponents, destabilizing and creating goal-scoring opportunities for himself, for his teammates, and just causing panic and havoc in your opponents. That's what world-class 10s do. They destroy your opponent's plans, their tactics, their hopes. And that's what Efra's unique qualities bring to the table. And I'm not talking about the general 10s that we've had here stateside who are more blue-collar, working, buzz around the park, win duels. No, we're talking about what I compare him to, James Rodriguez, all right? Let's get to his passing. You got to see it first, and he sees it, but then you can actually execute that thing. And I'm talking about in traffic, 4 or 5 players eliminated in one simple stroke of his left foot, inside of the foot, outside of the foot, short, over distance, pinged, driven, laces. When Efra hits a ball, it's different than anybody I've seen because it's like he hits it and it's like a bowling ball type of technique where that thing just gets there in flight. It doesn't flow. It doesn't go normally like driven backspin like most top level players do. He has his own unique stroke and it's a sight to see, okay? I discussed he's an assassin in and around the box. There is no better than Efra. You get inside the 18-yard box, he gets the ball. It is with intent. He punishes you. He picks up his head. He says, oh, I'm going top left or I'm going bottom right. I'm going inside of the foot. I'm driving this thing. And it's with actual intent. It's not just, hey, I'm putting a shot on frame like a majority of the players, worldwide do. That's what sets this player apart. We have so many average Joes and not something elite like this player. I'll compare him for context to our U20 guys that I named. Hey, in their own right, they're good players. Thomas Roberts, I told you, he's silky smooth. He's nice. But he can't do any of these special things Efra can do at Efra's level. It's not even close. Matko Mihailovic, same thing. Good on the dribble, separation, vivo, viveza, smart. He can't do any of the key things a 10 does that I named off like Efra can. We could talk about Marcelo Palomino, Gianluca Busio. They can't tie Efra's boots. It's just a simple reality. This is a special player, all right? I'll take it to a whole nother extreme. Our senior men's national team 10s. We don't really have one. We're in search for one. We need one. But do we need a real 10 of James's quality? Do we need a real 10 like the technicians in Barcelona's magical midfield? The Iniestas, the Arturs, the Xavis, the Busquets. Do we need those type? Do we need a Mesut Ozil type 10? Do we need a Dybala? Or do we need, a trivet of just hard-working guys? Because that's what we've been choosing. let's get to our current example. Sebastian Lletget, good possession player. And we'll talk about our system as well. We have a vision, we have an identity now that we're talking about. Our possession-based team, we need the 10. Lletget, good possession player in terms of retaining possession. In terms of dribbling out of situations to retain the ball. In terms of connecting 10, 15-yard passes to retain possession. But he doesn't hurt you. He doesn't penetrate. He can't put a through ball to leave your 9-1-on-1 with the keeper. So that's not Sebi's game. Sebi can't drive into the final third and pick a spot and finish on a consistent basis. And the consistent thing is key, because you can probably bring up a highlight or two where he's done it once or twice. In a special case like Efra, this is who he is. This is the skill set he brings every day. He does this in training every day. It's no accident. It's no fluke. You've seen the highlight reels growing up, playing USL, playing Academy, playing for Mexico. He drops bombs. He plays final balls. He leaves you isolated with the keeper. He makes plays in the final third. That's what we don't have. Guys that can make plays. I'll take it a whole nother level. Christian Pulisic. People are saying Pulisic should play the 10 because we have massive depth at the wing and no 10. You're wrong. Christian's not a 10. He needs to be on the wing and utilizing his unique qualities, right? His explosiveness, his dribbling, his pace, his dynamic ability to combine, to make plays in the final third, to destabilize a defender, to leave you for dead one-on-one, to create that type of havoc. But as a 10, he doesn't see the play like Efra. He doesn't have this. He doesn't have the IQ. He doesn't have the technique Efra has. Yeah, I said it. Christian's technique is not like Efra's technique. He can't pick a pass, play a pass, a through ball. He can't finish on Efra's level. It's just a reality. And I'm talking about Efra with the senior guys now. Okay, there's a ways to go for that, but that's the level of talent that I am discussing. And we can take it down 100 notches and discuss the other guys that are being discussed. Dwayne Holmes, Paxton Pomykal, Brendan Aronson, whoever else. Paxton, did I already say Paxton? You know, if you want to have a trivet of grinders. No, those guys are grinders, guys. And listen, if that's the profile of player we want, the one that we've always had, because the types that I'm discussing now, the Efras of the world, the David Silvas, the special talents, the Riquelmes, they don't look like physical specimens. You look at these guys, and they're not your prototypical American athlete that we're used to from NFL or NBA. They're not physically imposing. They look like average Joes. You see Iniesta, it's embarrassing when you see him up close in person. You're like, this is an athlete? No chance. You see Busquets, her face is like tucked in like this. He's a twig like this. This is not a professional athlete. So yeah, profiling. If you see Efra, you're like, there's no way in hell this guy's a professional athlete, much less the best soccer player we have. But in the right system, with the right vision, with the right tools around him, this is the profile 10 that makes a difference. This is the one that we've cast aside for years. And heck, it's happening in front of our own faces right now. That is who is being cast aside in his own environment. And we have many cases. We're not going to discuss it because Efra is the case today. But we have many cases, top level technical magicians, 10s, 8s, guys that can retain possession, the guys that can play football, the guys that can break lines, that can win us games, that can take us to the elite level world football. And we're casting them aside right now. We're talking about they need to hit the gym and bulk up. They can't win duels. They don't buzz around the field and run uncontrollably and cover 14 kilometers per game. Well, guys, the world-class guys don't do that. Pjanic doesn't do that. Pirlo doesn't do that. The real guys, the guys I named, Iniesta, Xavi, heck, if those guys were 18 years old and cast into our environment, U.S. soccer, MLS, they would be overlooked like they always have been. And you think I'm full of it right now. Oh, Brian, if we had James here, you're crazy. He would have made it. The cream rises to the top. And it doesn't. Unfortunately, player profiling is something that we've missed during my whole lifetime. If I think back to when I was cognizant of anything, in my early teen years, when I was paying attention in a real way, in this unique way that I am now, we always overlook these guys. So listen, we have the guy. He is a crack. We have to utilize this guy. That's why he's the best. Okay? I touched on the profile. I'll probably go on more tangents about that. But let's get back to the nitty-gritty, okay? Concerns. Efra is in our unique environment here where everything is relaxed, okay? It's just a fact. If you don't believe me, I think Zlatan went on plenty of epic rants to let you know what his impression was. Coming from world-class environments where it's cutthroat, where it's do or die every single day, where excellence is demanded in every single session. He comes here and it's a different mindset, okay? And it's not anybody's fault in particular. It's just culturally, this is how we are, all right? There is no punishing mediocrity, and there's no rewarding when you are a super excellent at your craft. It's just a reality. It's how the system is set up here. Efra, he's at the Galaxy. Tough. Most winningest franchise. The ones who always go and buy your DPs, your internationals, to play the attacking positions. He's young. He hasn't been given an opportunity. But he's in these environments where it's all calm and it's okay to tie a game, to lose a game, to not connect a pass. It's all good, man. And that's just the reality. When you're that young and you're in that environment, you're not being pushed, it's hard to make the jump and become James Rodriguez, right? It's going to be difficult. So that's one concern. The other one's the internal concern. I've always told this exact line. Efra's heard it hundreds of times from me. You can be Paulo Dybala or you could be Jose Villarreal. And what I mean by that has nothing to do with his decision or being here in the MLS. It has everything to do with his own personal decisions, right? Becoming a good pro, creating habits of how you are going to get to your objective. How are you going to get to Dybala's level? Hey, your training habits we discussed. You got to be excellent 24/7, 365 days a year. All right, demand that of yourself. You have to put in the work on your body, in the gym, nutrition, rest. It's so easy here in this culture. Hey, you got yourself 60, 70, 80, 90 G's on your homegrown deal. You're home. You buy yourself a car. You want to go to the party with your friends. You want to go to the movies. You want to go out. You want to post it on IG. You want to go on TikTok and throw videos. If that's your priority, it's going to be very difficult to achieve high level. Okay, and these are conversations that I've had with Efra over the years, and these are just the realities of decision making and personal choice, right? We'll wait and see. Some are external, some are internal, but those are my concerns with Efra making this jump and fulfilling that world-class potential that I discussed. All right, $1 million question: how do we get this player? Well, a history lesson when it comes just to this particular case, and I've been known to be a decent recruit over my time. People want to be shown love. Efra was not shown love. He was trashed. He was shown he was disposable. He was a kid. He made mistakes. The specifics are important. I'm not going to involve what exactly happened. I think there's a lot of versions out there. Bottom line, he wasn't shown love. In came Mexico, swooped, massive love, unprecedented love. Oh my God, they're treating me like royalty from the moment, they made a play on him to the moment he arrived at the facility, to his teammates, to everybody, okay? The good thing is, that happened a long time ago. And just like any tendency, people tend to relax a little bit. They think they got the guy. Last I checked, people want to know, can we get him, Brian? Hey, he's not cap type. Mexico Tata hasn't played him yet. Not to my knowledge. He's American born. He's American bred. He lives here. He plays his craft here. His friends and family are here. He was raised here. Yes, in a Mexican household. And I know the household better than most. Yes, everybody puts on the green jersey there from the time he was born till this day. But listen, love, showing somebody appreciation. And appreciation and a recruiting tool isn't picking up your phone and sending a little text, hey, Efra, how you doing? We like you. We kind of would love to have you back. What do you think? No, it's not picking up the phone. Hi, Efra, I hope you're good. We were thinking of the U20s maybe. No, it's making Efrain Alvarez America's most wanted. It's a whole effort by everybody in our country, from media to fans to directors to staff, just going after this guy, putting him on milk cartons, all right? That's the extent it needs to be. A massive play by Nike, by sponsors, by everybody. End of story. Showed love, right? Imagine this whole concerted effort to go recruit Efra back and get him back and show him that type of appreciation. Wow, these people really like me. Or the typical email he probably receives, hey Efra, U19 Mexican camp, August 15th through 22nd. Let's flip the script and go get this guy. It can be done. All his footballing friends that he grew up with, they play for the US at the given moment. It can be done, guys, but we have to do it not for perception purposes. Oh, yeah, we tried. He just chose Mexico, but it's all good. I'm in a good place. I did my best. No, that's nonsense. Go and get the player because you believe in the player. Go and get him because this profile that I discuss is what's going to set us apart. It's going to take us to a different level from average, mediocre, missing World Cups in CONCACAF, in the weakest region of the world, missing World Cup. Devastating to our entire footballing culture, and all these up-and-coming talents that we discuss are so talented and ready to make a jump. Let's go get the best one. The best one for our U20s. And yeah, if I said Gio and Uli got to play on the U20s, and they're a cut above Efra, as of today, they're above Efra. Efra's got to play on the U20s as well. And he's got to play for our U20s. And he's got to take us to that different level, that unique level that separates us from the CONCACAF minnows, that gets us closer to the Brazils, the Argentinas, the Spains, the Frances, that competes on these stages. That's what I want. That's what I've always wanted. That's why I got involved in football in our country, to help, to assist this cause, right? Well, we have a technician. Are we going to turn the blind eye? Are we going to cast them aside like we've always done? Or this is the best case study ever. We're all going to get to see what is done about Efrain Alvarez, domestically and internationally. I'm here to help. The soccer father, guys. Whatever's needed from me, I'm here to help. I always have been. I always will be. End of story. Let's go and get our man. And let's not cast the blind eye on the 10s anymore. Let's get the real ones. The ones that kill you with intent. The ones that have quality. Not your average Joes. Not the ones that buzz around and are valued because they're a little bit stronger or they look the part. All right? That's my rant for the day. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We could have further exchanges. I hope you do. I hope you comment. I hope you come at me. You crush me. Great. I embrace it all. Let's have at it.